Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining in. Today, and I hadn't had a lot of, I appreciate all the new subscribers, I want to say that, and I hadn't had a lot of farming content, so to speak, but you know, it's winter, it gives us the time to check out other things that I do. I hope you like the singing video, which reminds me, this, I was so busy that week, so busy that I managed to fall off the stilts and it hurt my wrist. So this may be a little bit interesting taking these things apart. But the song that I sang, "It Is Well With My Soul," I was very surprised to see a copyright strike from YouTube on that song. And I've never appealed anything on YouTube. I've always just said, okay, I'm going to delete it, take it off, change the song, do whatever, not even post a video. But I got to thinking, I said, man, that song was wrote in 1873. And it's hard for me to believe somebody's got a copyright on the original part of that song. And so I appealed it in the sense of I thought it was okay if I sing a song with me on the video. I thought it was okay to put it on there. But the scary part about the appeal process to me, and I mean, I hope everything will be okay. It said at the bottom of the appeal you had to check accept this and accept if this is a fraudulent appeal, we can deactivate your channel. I'm like, what's their version of fraudulent appeal? I mean, I don't know here. And so guys, Lord, I hope it would never happen, but if my channel just come up out of the middle of nowhere and disappeared one day, let's hope that don't happen. But anyway, we want to take some cultivators apart today, and what we have here is rolling disc cultivators. What you need? So Lena never comes out here when I'm making a video, so I'm like, okay, what's the deal? What have I done? Did I forget something inside the house? I call them rolling disc cultivators. Am I sure that's the name? I'm not sure that's the name. These things around here, for me, was primarily used for re-bedding up some rolls. Like you had bedded, you cut your land, you chisel plowed it, you bedded the rolls up, and it might have been 2-3 weeks before you planted your tobacco. And these guys, they made these and bought these to relist those rolls up and get it ready to plant tobacco. That's where I have seen them. I call them rolling disc cultivators. Now you guys know from watching the channel, I use them to lay by my corn. If I need to throw some dirt, I have used them to make rolls. Several subscribers asked, hey, can you, because what I told them was this kit was just a homemade kit. It's based off of a 4-tine rolling cultivator is what it's based off of. And as you can see, you're only using 2 of the rock guards, and you're not actually even using this disc here, so it's only these 3 discs. So we'll take it apart, we'll measure these spacers right here, and that should be all you need if you ever want to make one yourself, is what we see here. Everything else used, the bearing shields, the bearing couplers, that's all the same as the rolling cultivators. The only thing you'll have to make is this, 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 and this. Now I probably won't make a list. You'll have to watch this video if you're wanting to make one and, you know, stop it. Okay, he said such and such measurement, and he said this, just stop it and write it down. But we'll take it apart on camera here, and we'll measure each one of these little spacers and put them out in front here and show what you need to make it. So I'm gonna be slow doing this, so let me get a few bolts loose. We'll come right back. You can be in it, Nina. Is there a bolt under there? Oh, I see it. Okay. I gotta loosen this up. So if I'll get this one here. Don't hold it. And I'm gonna loosen the other side up just a little bit. I'm gonna need my good hand to be healed to put these back together. These things are a booger bear to put back together.
Well, I can help you put it back together.
Oh, I don't need them till June. Reach right there and get that red hammer. All right, we got it separated, pulled out. So this disc here, just so you know guys, if I'm sitting on the tractor, if I'm sitting on it, that one is going to be on the left side of the tractor, hence the disc throwing this way. Man, you gotta love these impacts. Goodness gracious, I spent so many years. We're going to lay these things out like they come off. And again, this part here would be the same if it was rolling cultivators. Now here's a part that I was hoping was not too bad, and that's that bearing right there on that shaft, because it's a good bearing and I want to try to get it off without having to. I have a new bearing I can use, but I kind of don't want to use the new bearing. So maybe we can tap it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think a pair of channel locks will do any good either.
Picking up where we left off. Bolt, washer, I forget what they call this, outer bearing. The bearing itself, we pretty much destroyed the other bearing. Outer for the bearing. This little booger here. This. All of these things. And Sammy, let me have that. Get that off the table.
This?
No, this. Just set it behind you on the bush hog. Alright. Everything thus far is the same for rolling cultivators. If it's got the 4 spike wheels, same thing. That would have been there, that would have been there, that, all the way to this dust shield. Everything would have been the same. So now we start with the kit. There's a lot more dirt and rust in there than I would have ever thought. So here's the first piece, and guys, you can see that's a crudely cut circle. You can tell it's cut out for torch. It's a little bit bigger on this end than it is there. So that's the first one. Then it looks like we got this round. Look at that dirt, will you? Got this round stock here. Second one. Here's another one of those washers that looks like they were crudely cut out. All right, so now we got a disc. So we'll do a wrench for a disc. All right, another washer, another piece of round stock, another washer, and we're going to do a wrench for a disc. We're going to run out of table here, so let's move some stuff. Round, round, round. Ow, my wrist. A disc. And looks like we got one more round stock. Actually, this one's got a little trick on it, guys. So we'll have to measure this up. So, starting from the front, let's get the tape measure. Inside, 1 inch. That's a piece of 1 inch square stock. All right. The stock itself, without the washer is 2 1/4. The washer, I guess, is a 1/8 inch washer or something. Hold on. Not eighth, I say eighth. Two 2.5 thousandths is the width of that, so maybe it's a 1/4 inch thick right there. Yeah, so if I lay it right here against the 1/4 inch, so 1/4 inch, so we have a length of 2 1/4 plus another 1/4 inch washer. And we know that the inside diameter of that was 1 inch stock. Okay, this little booger, guys, across is just a tick over an inch. You see what that is? It wants to almost say 1 5/8 inches, but it's just the next line above a 5/8. So that's pretty clean there. Let's see if I can get you. So that's 1 inch. It's still 1/660. So let's see how long they are. I think that's going to be 2 1/4. I'm not real good at reading those things. I need it to be digital. Two 5/8. That's 2 5/8. 2 5/8. Two 5/8. So that's good. All of these round ones are 2 5/8. And again, right across the center of them is 1 inch and 5/8 from this side to this side. Now you guys may know a better way of measuring that. So looks like these homemade washers here are 1 3/4 inches across. Yeah, 1 3/4 inches across, 1 3/4 inches across. So from here to here, they're 1 3/4 inches. But if you look at these, like that ain't exactly centered. It's a little light versus one side to the other. I mean, so it looks like about 1 3/4 inches across. The center of them inch 3/8. 1 3/4 across, 1 3/8 in the center of them. which puts that the same as inside this, an 1 3/8 inside that one. 1 3/8 inside. So 1 3/8 inside, inside, inside. So that leaves us with this one last piece here. So we got to figure that this is going to be the same washer. 1 5/8, an 1 3/4 on that one. So this washer is actually a little bit smaller. I bet you it wouldn't make no difference if it was, because it's up against the disc going that way. This is the same stock here, inch stock in the center. And let's see if we can get a measurement of how that's a 1/4 there. We figured out that's a 1/4 wide, so it's a little more than a 1/4. Let me see if I can catch it from the inside and get the measurement. So let's look down again. The regular normal stuff. We've talked about this. 1, 2, 3 of those. 5 of those washers. One washer with that built onto it right there. And that, the rest of it on this side of it is steel rolling cultivator, which probably before we put this back together, I'm going to clean this thing up good. And of course it will all assemble back together. Oh, before I forget, one of the most important things. That's going to be an inch. Yeah, that's going to be an inch square disc. Let me get it right here, Sammy, where you can. Let's measure this new one, guys. Made in Brazil. By the way, guys, this may be the Ag Supply part number on this thing. Agri Supply. Made in Brazil. It's got a 29581 on there. P149-1 S. I think that's the S. We'll look on a couple of these. Anyway, that's going to be a 1 inch square. And the total disc across, if this is how you measure them, 14. So a 14-inch disc with a 1 inch square. This was a new one, guys, because I didn't know how much of these had wore off. Let's see if that.
Yeah, that's much better.
It is a S, 29561, made in Brazil, 2248C. But there she is. Now we got to put all this mess back together. Nah, I'm just playing, guys. It won't take long. My hand gets better. We'll clean this up, wire brush some of this stuff, wire brush some of this. I didn't realize it let that much dirt in behind these boogers, so that's kind of interesting. But we'll get it all cleaned up. Any questions? Well, I'll probably have it back in the cultivators before long, but I hope all this makes sense to you, or what you need. So, you know, it would be this, and then you'd start, and of course it'd be on the shaft, and that'd be on there like that, and you start with a disc. The wrenches represent a disc. And I would imagine this kit would be the same for the other side, except everything would be inverted. That would be over here, and that ending up over there, but you would have to invert the whole thing. Just like I got it right here, all of this would be on the other side. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked it. Any questions, give me an email. I know it's not like everybody's going to build one of these. I mean, it may be a couple of you guys build one, so just let me know if you got any questions. I was hoping to walk out and yeah, let's walk out and look at the garlic. Guys, I did get a measurement. That is 3/8. That's a 3/8 piece of this 1-inch tubing here. Weld it to the center of that washer. So we figured out that was 1-inch tubing, 1-inch tubing, but I did get the measurement on it. It's 3/8. And all of these washers are 1/4 inch thick washers. So let's go look at some garlic now. All right, guys, I don't know how that video is going to come out. Hopefully it'll be okay. I'll be honest with you, my wrist was hurting pretty bad taking that stuff apart. I'm not the greatest at math, so y'all don't make fun of me. I know I probably don't read that stuff as good as I could, but hopefully to help out a few of you guys. Looks like the garlic's bumping along pretty good. It's 2 rows of it here. We plant it with the planter, and I was going to try to see how some of the ones did that we pegged out, which I don't. Funny thing is, I don't see them yet. I'm pretty sure that I hit that spot right there with a peg, but it's a plenty of it. I don't think it will be shy of any. Again, I hope you enjoyed it. Wintertime, Sam burnt that fill up there to get that irrigation pipe out, and of course now it's just as wet as can be, so you can't get it out. But you know, I got a couple of boots I want to do a review on. My Thor goods that I've had resold. There's some couple things I want to mention about that. And just appreciate everybody hanging in. God bless you. God loves you. Hang in there. Something new every day going on in the news. I try not to watch it, but it is just something new every day. But hang in there. We'll see you.